Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Hard Count. I am your host, Ricky, and always with me is Ben and Cobra. Tonight, we have three wonderful special guests with us. We have DJ, Tanner, and Dylan. And we are going to be talking playoffs. Playoffs? Are you kidding me?
Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs?
All right. We are talking the wild card round of the playoffs and looking ahead on both of the teams that either are moving on and are moving away. So,
all right.
So on that note, kind of going things down, if you guys want to also follow along as I share the screen to you guys. Unfortunately, those that are listening on the radios at Spotify, you cannot. But the other guys that are talking tonight, they are able to look at everything. So we will kind of describe everything a little bit to you. So to describe what was, we have the first game was the Houston Texans going into Cleveland and beating the Browns 45-14. Basically, I tried in the slides to change the logo of the losing team to, basically somewhat of a meme, as you can tell, with the crying Jordan on the Browns helmet. I tried to find anything with the crying Jordan on it, logo-wise, from the internet. And I will definitely say, internet, you should be ashamed of yourselves. You definitely did this half-assed. You had other ways that you could do this.
Oh, yeah.
Could have put the crying Jordan on the brownie elf.
Yeah. Well, I do not recognize Brownie the Elf as the logo of the Cleveland Browns.
Nor do you recognize the Bulldog, do you?
You don't support the abuse of elves.
I do not. I do not support it. That elf can stay on the motherfucking shelf. Thank you very much.
Well, that's why Cookie Monster will invade him.
All right, so basically, I want to ask everybody, basically bringing up these games, was there anything that really stood out to you? I mean, you don't have to try and oh yeah, blah, 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 this is just that, yada, yada. If you watched the game and you saw the game, please let us know what you thought, and be honest with it. All right, so if you don't have anything, just hey, pass. Otherwise, bring up your opinion. DJ, you're going to start us out. Dylan, you're going to be next. Then Tanner, then Ben, then Cobra, then myself. All right? Take it away, DJ.
Thank you, Ricky. As I was watching the game, I did, how can I put this in a way that the listeners will get it? The culture change with the Texans. I noticed that while watching the game. They beat the shit out of the Browns. So, you know what? I'm just gonna say this: D'Amico Ryans and the defense won that game.
Yeah, I mean, when the defense outscores the Browns offensively, yeah, you can pretty much go ahead with that. All right, Dylan?
I didn't watch that game.
Understandably, I mean, a lot of people definitely thought it was going to be the Browns really taking over. Tanner, did you watch the game?
Yes, I did. And honestly, for this game proved that the Browns defense was all bark and no bite.
Nice.
And it seems Joe Flacco's magic has run out, and Nico, it seems that the Texans have not one but two really good wide receivers in Tank Dell and Nico Collins, and Nico Collins proved that against the Browns.
Nice. Yep. Ben, you have anything?
I stand by how I felt about the starters being rested. I don't feel like that was a smart move. and I think it showed. And the Browns played like doo-doo.
Cobra, anything, or do you want to, pass because of the game?
I said it in the Twitch cast that that Joe Flacco turned into the greatest master. It was the master of the arm punt in the season. But I wanted to add something to this game. This destroyed the greatest chaos bracket ever. Lions versus Browns in the Super Bowl should have happened. Damn it!
The People's Super Bowl.
I don't know
Thank you.
which people, but for me,
The
what I saw.
anti-Goodell folks.
So what I'm
Hold on,
seeing. What's up?
no, go ahead.
I said the anti-Goodell folks wanted that because we know Roger Goodell hates small market clubs.
Yes.
Then
Yeah.
hey, Buffalo's still in it, so you still have the hope and the dream of Buffalo versus Detroit.
Yeah, we do. Which, but Buffalo has the Bills Mafia fan base, which has the media attention all on them.
So going with this game, I mean, honestly, we can safely say that C.J. Stroud is the rookie of the year, bar none. I mean, it's just, a lot of people also like Puka Nakua's and strong case, but he's number 2. It is C.J. Stroud's world. C.J. Stroud even made a case for MVP. I mean, me for one, in our preseason wrap on the Texans, I'm pretty sure that C.J. Stroud may have listened to the show, heard how I was like, yeah, he didn't have the eyes that a competitive player was going to have, and I think he took that personally. So, hey. It's good to know someone big probably listens to the Social Sports Bad podcast.
Brother, if I can add to that, I guarantee it, none of us ever expected the Houston Texans to get this far, let alone where they're at now. At the end of the preseason.
Year one.
Definitely not year 1. Maybe year 2 or 3, but not now. This is something on this says something about D'Amico Ryans. Period.
Exactly. That's why I brought him up when sorry, I don't mean to cut anyone off. It's just
you're good.
I brought it up.
No, you're good.
That's why I brought D'Amico up on when I watched the game.
Yeah,
Sorry,
they are definitely playing for him. They are young. They are hungry. Jacksonville Jaguars, I'm sorry, your time is up. This is the Houston Texans show now.
Doug Peterson's a fraud.
I wouldn't even say Doug Peterson's a fraud. I just think that the way the Jaguars played, the way Trevor Lawrence has played, I'm sorry, Ben, he's your man crush. But, again, the way the Jaguars collapsed. All right.
Maybe they shouldn't have taken a gamble on Calvin Ridley.
Yeah, I mean, I bet they don't do it again.
I will say this though, had Calvin Ridley not gotten suspended, I do think that the Falcons would have won the NFC South last year.
I mean, to be fair, you could, Tom Brady could show up at 80 and probably win the NFC South.
Well, yeah, because he's Roger Goodell's personal fuck buddy. So,
well, it's not even that. Hey, I'm sorry. He still produces.
Oh yeah, but just ask Antonio Brown before he left for the next game.
Well, Antonio Brown's just a CTE specialist. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right. So, we'll move on from the Texans and the Browns to the Miami Dolphins not even showing up against the Kansas City Chiefs and losing 26-7 in their wild card matchup. So anything you guys want to take away from this game, reaction-wise? DJ, go ahead.
The Dolphins got neuted. The Dolphins got neuted.
Yes.
Newt, motherfucker.
Newt.
That and they did not practice in the cold weather or train in the cold weather to acclimate themselves. All that. So that definitely didn't help either.
Oh, someone's here.
We got another new person.
Dolphins are a fraud.
Who's
Ah!
Jamie?
What's going on, Jamie? Yeah, welcome.
All
You
right.
are a little bit late, sir.
But we'll have you after we'll have you after Dylan,
Cobra.
right? Oh, after me. Okay.
Yep. All right. So basically, we are talking Kansas City Chiefs and the Miami Dolphins. How the Kansas City Chiefs put Miami on ice. So we had a DJ talks, and now it's going to be Dylan, then Tanner, then Ben, Cobra, Jamie, and then myself. It's a nice full house tonight. I'm loving this.
Yes, it is. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, Dylan, take it away.
I don't have Peacock, so I don't watch that one either.
Fair enough. Now, I mean, that kind of brings up a good point. Like how it's nice that they have like the availability of the games on these streaming networks,
But they shouldn't make it exclusive only.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
They should have like exclusive content in these. That would be nice. Where like
kind of extra commentary.
But as far as exclusive only, yeah, screw that.
yeah,
that
Yeah.
shit was ass.
I believe it was available on the NBC stations in Kansas City and Miami for free, but everywhere else was exclusive.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I'm lucky I watched it on TSN.
Well, you live in Canada, so
And I
Yeah,
can't watch
that's
it for
true.
some reason. Oh, my Fox Sports app. It says this is not part of your package.
Oh,
can't go
no.
stream it on Xfinity.
That's Fox
can't stream
Sports
it.
here about to lose Terry Bradshaw.
And you can't stream it on the Xfinity app because they have it blocked too. You can only watch it on your home Wi-Fi.
And
could do it on
Comcast.
Streamy.
What's
All right,
that?
so
we don't want the
All right.
NFL finding out about that site.
we don't.
Yeah, please don't. Please don't.
Yeah, let's not get anybody shut down.
Yeah, I watched it on
Please,
Peacock.
I don't want to have to sing that song.
Yeah, Peacock.
Right.
Peacock's where you found it.
We found it on Peacock. We
Please
found it
let
on
me not
Peacock.
sing that type of song.
All right, we love the Peacock. I mean, what? No.
Feeling cocky with Peacock.
All right, Tanner.
All right, Tanner.
What was billed to be an offensive shootout turned into a one-sided affair. Again, this game was played at Arrowhead, which was unusually cold, as most of North America was last week. Kansas City usually doesn't get into the negatives, but I believe the combination of Patrick Mahomes, the power of the Swifties, and Arrowhead's home field advantage kind of helped out the Chiefs in this affair, and the fact that the Dolphins spent the week down in Florida instead of going to Missouri.
Yep.
All right, Ben.
I just feel like the whole entire Dolphins team is a fraud. They don't perform well against good teams. I don't even care if it was cold or not. That whole team didn't show up. Every time they play against a good team, they don't show up. Minus against the Bills, but that's different because that's a divisional rival. And who else did they beat? What was it? I can't remember. Oh,
think it was
Washington.
Dallas.
Nothing.
It was
Dallas, boo. And we found out they're frauds too. So
Yeah.
I mean,
But we'll get to that.
I don't trust this team. They need a little bit more additional weapons on their I think their offensive line is what I think is their weakness right now, because Tua does get chased a lot.
Yeah.
So Ben, now that you're segued to me, we knew this was going to be a struggle for Miami when they lost pretty much their entire offensive line.
Oh yeah.
That was definitely something that didn't help them. Another thing that really showed with the Dolphins is
They didn't have any.
what
depth
the
at
hell
the-
happened. Like
They didn't have any
this
depth at the
team
defense.
had this. Let me cook. This team had the AFC East on lock, and they just folded like a deck of cards.
Well,
You know,
were
they
higher-
could have. We were crowning the Miami Dolphins earlier in the
70
season on the podcast.
70 points.
And that, it was, now it's, it just proves this team is just Tyreek Hill, and that's it. And he's gone. So
It's just a lot of their defense was hurt too, and they were playing a lot of old veterans, so that didn't help either.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, there was a lot of signings on both sides actually, to fill roster holes.
Yeah.
But so Jamie, go ahead and take it away. Anything you'd like to add on this game?
Looks like he's muted.
Yeah, he
think
muted
he-
himself.
Yeah,
Did
he
he go to
muted
lit-
himself. He might be AFK.
Okay, that works. But I mean, to be fair, what hasn't been
I hear him
spoken
saying
about?
he's trying to shake it off.
Because the player's
yeah.
gonna play.
I appreciate that Taylor
They're
Swift
gonna
reference.
hate.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, Jamie, I got a blank space, and I'll write your name.
Oh, there he is. There he is. He's cooking.
Yep.
All right.
I mean, I think there's at this point with a lot of people in front of me, it's kind of hard to say something new. So what I'll just say is, my only other remark, aside from how terrible the Dolphins were playing in the frozen tundra of Kansas City, I mean, Patrick Mahomes' helmet just chipped away with each helmet hit. The only bright spot in all that was seeing Taylor Swift actually becoming a Chiefs fan, giving high fours for Rashee Rice while he was doing his thing.
Yeah,
That's the funny thing about
that is
that's the funny
definitely
thing about
the key
polycarbonate
takeaway.
in extreme cold.
No,
Yeah.
The one thing to take away from this, especially taking away from the Chiefs' season, no matter what, is they have a guy right now in Rashee Rice that is going to be special. All right, mark my words. Definitely stash him in your fantasy rosters if you have a keeper league or anything like that. You definitely want to keep him around. He is going to be the Mahomes target from now on. Valdez Scantling, he's going to be gone. He was an invisible man this year. And Kadarius Toney is probably going to be a cut victim. So
Yeah.
Yep, I
I
mean,
don't
considering
even
he's going to be a non-factor in the Bills game this week. He's on the injury list. He's on the injury list.
Who, Tony?
Darius Toney, yeah, he's a non-factor.
Okay, well,
right now.
I mean, seriously, with what happened the last time they played, I would just, you're a healthy scratch. Sit the fuck down.
Yeah, I mean, so far
can't be-
offsides, he was in Colorado.
All right. So moving on from Kansas City, we're probably not going to talk about this game.
Motherfucker, because the Steelers need to get their shit in. They fucking sucked against the Bills.
I mean, I'm sure everybody here would definitely agree with me. This was a game that we did not expect the Steelers to be involved in at all. Buffalo showed that, hey, we're going to go up we went up 21-0 and just coasted by the rest of the game. So,
and didn't let up. Like they were, they coasted, but they didn't let up, which was a good thing.
Gas pedal.
Had TJ
Even
Watt
though-
actually showed up, I probably would have given the Steelers somewhat of a chance to pull an upset. But because TJ Watt was out, everyone was like, "Yep, bye-bye Pittsburgh."
It's like Pittsburgh playing with house money.
I think
Pretty
everybody just expected Pittsburgh to be one and done.
Yep.
Pretty much.
I mean, to be
even
fair,
Tomlin
the way
did. That's why he walked
Pittsburgh
around
was
his, press
playing,
conference.
Pittsburgh's lucky to fucking be here.
somebody had to get the 7th seed, and just
Yeah.
Pittsburgh just drew the long straw, basically.
I mean, the
Yeah.
free
Pretty much.
the free COVID playoff spot. That's what what the 7th seed is. Anyway, DJ, anything you got to add?
Complete domination of the Steelers.
Yep.
That-
The
that-
Steelers
and I
went to the
heard-
Super Bowl.
Yep.
It's
Bow?
Yeah,
It's
the
funny
Steelers are
because-
only gone to Super Bowl thanks to the power of SeatGeek.
Yes.
well, it's funny because
the couch.
the 7th seed was created because
Oh,
every year we would have 1 or 2 10 or 11 win teams that would miss the playoffs, and yet look what happened this year.
We had one
A
or
lot
two
of 10 win teams
or
missed the
10 win
playoffs.
teams that just sat down.
Yep. Like the AFC was lopsided.
The AFC is a loaded conference.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Which if
Which I'll add something to that. Which the reason why the AFC is so top loaded is everyone's trying to compete against two quarterbacks, really. Allen and Mahomes.
Yeah.
hey, is what it is.
Yep.
Now
Uh,
Stroud's in that conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all right. Does anyone have anything to add on this game before we go to another one?
I'll add something. How about the city of Buffalo?
Yes.
Not just last week, but also this week too. The city of Buffalo. The fans. The people. Putting in their time, getting paid by the Buffalo Bills. By the way, $20 an hour to clear the stadium. Putting in their time. They're busting their backs. Just to get this done, and that's got to go out to the Bills Mafia. When Travis Kelce is telling you, "Hey, you guys are awesome," that just deserves some praise right there.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just that's how the Buffalo community is. Just the community is
trust me,
about
if
the
I
Bills.
lived in the city of Buffalo, I'd be there.
Yep, absolutely.
would.
I
think
tell you
everybody
that
would.
as well.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
The Bills Mafia, they are also impacting games, not just from their voices. Like last week, one lucky fan threw a snowball that happened to hit the football and caused the Pittsburgh Steelers receiver to drop it.
They could have thrown. Look, they could have. I saw that play. All right. Look, they could have thrown a dildo out there. George Pickett wasn't going to catch that shit.
But still, that is like
They got
the
in trouble
best.
for that.
Yeah.
Though. They got in
Yeah,
trouble. for
that
Pickett
is-
goes and whines about the refs.
But no, like I mean, you gotta
Like-
give that
like
guy
another-
props on like the sheer targeting hitting that ball, because that's a 1 in a 10 million throw.
Like I just wish Madden should do an update on their game to where when winter games are being played in Buffalo, every time a touchdown scored, you just see random bursts of snowflakes just coming up from the crowd. That was a
But
cool scene.
here's the problem. EA ain't going to do that because that requires actually requires effort. And EA is not willing to do that.
Well, see, here's the problem with it though, is that it's not. You can get the team penalized if you do that because it happened at a Bills game in the playoffs.
Yes, it is.
The Dolphins,
Yes, that's-
if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken.
No, I'm just talking
All
about
right,
whenever the Bills score, I just want the
anywho,
stadium to have shoots of
So I
winter
guess
coming out.
I'm guessing we have nothing else to say, brother.
Oh, yeah. I mean, like, it's the only real thing that they talked about with it was the snowball, the George Pickens's hands. Then they also talked about the apparent fake slide that Josh Allen did. In,
It's a shake and bake, man. That was a shake and bake.
I mean, you say potato, I say potato. I say he didn't go down. He didn't even hesitate. It's just like
It was a standard stutter step, Ricky. It was a standard stutter step. Yeah,
they just
it was a
wanna
Barry
find
Sanders stutter
ways.
step.
They just want to find ways to just bitch and moan about a game. It just seems
Yep.
like and I mean, it happens not just with the Bills. It happens with every team, every game. Oh my God!
And that's why your
This
coach
is
ends up
how-
leaving mid podium.
No, it's not even that. I mean, like, something definitely to talk about with the fans, okay? There has not been one single fucking game this season that we don't hear bitching and moaning about, oh my god, the refs fucked us. Oh my god, this happened. This is an legal move that the refs totally didn't call. The refs are absolutely trying to change the game and make the game all for this narrative. I mean, like, seriously, there are always missed calls in a sport. All right, and
It did kind of prove that Mahomes might as well be the second coming of Brady. How much he whined.
Hey, I mean, the Mahomes thing that happened. All right, his rant and rave and everything like that. That was frustration about everything around, targeted at one single thing with the refs. All right,
But he was aiming at the wrong target.
Hey, seriously, when you are angry, you hit the first thing that comes at you. All right, and what was the first thing at the time that totally could come at him? All right,
The refs.
And especially you are a quarterback in the NFL. You're not gonna be like, oh yeah, my receivers are a bunch of fucking bums that can't catch a damn ball to save their ass.
Yeah.
All right, no, it's gonna
Unless
be
you're
like
Ben Roethlisberger.
But then again, Roethlisberger is also like 6'6" and like 380.
That's why he is Captain Fat Fuck, leader of men.
Yeah, right. Again, you definitely, you pick your battles and you pick your battles wisely. And yeah, like the main thing is to target the refs. Why? Because the refs don't really have a voice at all. All right, so hey, let's go ahead and blame the refs. This is an illegal move. This is
easy
this
target.
is that.
Blame the subcontractors.
Yep. I mean, that's definitely something they definitely need to do anyway, is to make them, instead of subcontractors, actually make them actually paid employees only by the NFL instead of grabbing lawyers. And because that's what a lot
of them are
lawyers.
A lot of them are lawyers.
Yeah, doesn't mean to make a lot of money and they can afford to take
And speaking of whining about the refs,
Bird is that?
How about them Cowboys?
Yup, how about them Cowboys? I mean, I couldn't. Again, this is one of those. When I went to look, this is one of the ones I'm very sad about. I mean, because
by the way, that's the greatest forward joke ever. How about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys?
But yeah, I was looking for the star to like have the crying Jordan inside, but no. That's why we now also had CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, and I mean, yes, that Zeke is crying LeBron, but hey, it definitely works. The Green Bay Packers definitely beat the tar out of the Dallas Cowboys, in very lovey fashion. I wanted a 50 burger. Who else wanted a 50 burger on Dallas?
I wanted a 60 burger.
Yeah, 50
70
burger.
burger.
Nice 69-0.
Yes.
So, anything we would like to add about this game, right? There is anything.
I mean, to be fair, like it just seemed like normal Dallas playoff football. Dak and CD, who had been almost finishing each other's sentences all season, they basically forgot their name, or forgot how to run routes and timing and everything. So like that hurt Dallas big time. I mean, if you can't get on an offensive rhythm, then yeah. All right. Anybody else got anything to add? Really?
I do.
I think we all do.
Tanner, you go first.
All right.
As
So basically, we'll go around.
judging by the by the jersey I'm wearing, it's going to pay me to say this, but thank you, Packers, for doing the Lord's work by eliminating the Cowboys.
Oh my God, that hurt, didn't it?
Yeah.
It-
However, this doesn't make up for the Herschel Walker trade. I know.
Oh, I was gonna say.
Come on, DJ, say your line.
I mean, he's also
Or
like
Aaron
going.
Rodgers going to the
Hey,
Vikings.
he's
9.
looking at Jordan Love
Yes.
like this, going, hey, in like about 6 or 7 years after we get done with Aaron Rodgers, and after Jordan Love goes to the Jets, we'll get Jordan Love on the Vikings.
9.
Yes.
9.
And he'll commit some form of fraud, just like the famous welfare respecter Brett Favre.
Oh man, gotta love Mississippi. Allegedly.
Yep. I would
posted
like to
something
add
in the
something
meme.
kind of funny.
Cobra, we'll get around to you. DJ was starting first.
All right.
DJ.
I put something in memes.
Yeah.
He posted in memes.
That's
Our
what
resident
we got
meme
here. It's a spoiler. Oh, that destiny cannot be avoided. Yes, Tanner, it cannot be avoided. All right.
Okay. All right. Speaking of, I will put something in memes then.
Okay. So basically, as we're
Okay.
kind of going through, DJ can add on the Green Bay Dallas
Yeah,
game.
you're gonna like that.
The Dallas defense looked like absolute dog shit, and Dan Quinn does not deserve a head coaching job.
But he'll get one.
Yeah, I absolutely found that funny.
Yeah, unfortunately.
How everybody is going after Dan Quinn to be their head coach. I mean, first of all, like, isn't Dan Quinn 28-3? Isn't that him?
Yeah, that's him. Yep, that's him.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
he's like the number, he's like the number 2 potential candidate for the commies.
Have fun with him.
Yeah, that's always fun.
Yep, enjoy not being able to hold a lead. It's almost like he was in Chicago or something this year.
That and the Cowboys have to pay a bunch of people the off season.
Yep.
So they're fucked.
Dallas, welcome to Cap Hell.
Yep.
Gotta
love
it. Residence U and New Orleans.
Yeah, DJ, check the memes section of this Discord.
All right.
I
So,
did. Cobra.
okay, so Dylan, you have anything for Dallas and Green Bay?
Yeah, Aaron Jones fucking tore them up.
Yes. Basically, Aaron Jones is adopted by Jerry Jones so that he can die and just transfer the ownership to Dallas to Aaron Jones.
He's looking like
Keep it into Jones' name.
Aaron Jones looks pretty good right now. He could propel Green Bay to a win today, I think.
Yep.
If he stays
Yeah, I mean, you never know.
healthy, handling injuries all year. So
I mean,
hopefully his injuries don't
never
act
know.
up.
Okay. Tanner.
It all depends on which Packers team plays.
Yeah.
All right. So Tanner already went basically regaling his wonderful future Jordan
The
Love.
unfortunate phrasing of the Packers.
Yes.
All right.
All
So
right, Ben.
Cowboys
I
deserve
just-
nothing good in this world.
Ben.
Yes.
I thoroughly enjoyed the downfall of the Cowboys.
I think everybody did.
It was hilarious.
It was glorious.
Glorious.
All right. Cobra. Anything you want to add?
Yes. When the fans are asking for are chanting for fire McCarthy, and there are literally memes out there saying that that Jerry Jones was on the phone at halftime saying, "Get me Bill Belichick's number."
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I mean, more than likely, if you really want to talk about that,
Once again, Mike McCarthy helped the Packers get further in the playoffs.
Yes.
And he's staying next year.
Yeah, he
Unfortunately.
is. And there's a meme for that one too.
I
He's
mean,
just
I think the only reason why McCarthy's still there next year is because Belichick's like, hey, no, unfortunately, I don't want to work with you, Jerry. I'm not getting enough from you, Jerry.
yeah.
So,
And besides, he's got more rings than you, Jerry.
ooh. All right.
Besides, he's
so
probably going to get
Jamie,
a $28.3 million contract from the Atlanta Falcons.
Hey,
Hey.
he should really make that to be the amount that he's paid if he signs.
all right, Jamie, your turn.
Dem boys are who I thought they were. I kept telling y'all, once December Dallas comes around the corner, it's just a short, slippery slope to a bunch of Texas-based teardrops. And boy, they did not let me down. It was
Dallas
just that
Go ahead, Jimmy.
AT&T
Sorry about that.
Stadium was what is based off of the Blue brand when it comes to wireless service, and there was a lot of blue in that stadium. Blue feelings, blue tears trickling down faces, and I was over here with Aaron Rodgers memes for days, just having fun poking at Cowboy fans. It was glorious.
This is why the Dallas Cowboys are the Toronto Maple Laughs of the NFL.
And here's the thing.
Yeah.
Here's the thing too. This has been probably Dallas's easiest path to an NFC Championship game in a very long time. And look what they did.
They might as well
shut
be
the bed.
sponsored by Dyson vacuums.
You blew
Yes.
A 2 seed.
They never
You would have gotten both
stop
playoff games at
sucking.
home.
I'm just saying my playoff bracket's still locked in. It has not broke yet.
Nice.
Lucky.
Nice.
Nice.
You got money on that?
We'll see. We'll see
I
if
do.
this week breaks you there, Jamie.
Yep.
But-
Mine was broken when the Browns lost. So, yeah.
All right. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't find anything really to mess with the Rams. Basically,
Ricky, if the Lions lose, put a picture of Kid Rock on there.
Yeah.
I was gonna.
I've always had Eminem staring at him.
Right. Oh, basically, Eminem is Robin.
Laser
Yeah.
eyes. Laser eyes of Kid Rock.
So yeah, like
Because we know his
honestly-
music hasn't been good since Devil Without a Cause.
Anyway, that's for music sports pad channel, not this sports pad channel. All right, so Detroit and the Rams, which in my opinion, this was going to be the best matchup of the wild card round. The Rams had the momentum, the Lions have the talent, and basically
And the
talent
heart.
beat momentum. I am looking forward to seeing the Rams how they are in the upcoming offseason, see what they do, see how they tool, see if Matt Stafford stays, because this offense has some moxie.
Either way, the Rams need to think about the future quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not
Yep.
because
Good draft to
Stafford
do it.
did bad, but how long do they have Stafford? That's why I'm saying that.
Yep. All right. So basically, keep on. Let's go around. DJ, you got anything from this game?
Well, actually, to point on that for a minute, do you think they could trade for the number 1 spot to get Caleb Williams?
No,
Keep him
they don't
No.
have the capital.
They
Okay.
would basically have to give. They would have to give ownership pretty much of the Rams away for that shit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
Aaron
besides,
Williams trade.
hot take. I
I'd give up
predict
Aaron
Caleb
Donald.
Williams drops in the draft.
I can see
Oh,
that.
you heard it there first.
I think
Cobra
he-
is saying
See that?
Caleb Williams drops in the draft.
I don't think he's as good as everybody thinks he is anyway. I think he's going to drop too. I agree.
Yeah,
I
I think he's a top 5 pick, but not number 1.
I don't think he's a leader. I don't think he is. But that's another topic.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
All right, DJ.
DJ, now
Take it
it's you.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I wasn't expecting a close game. Not gonna lie, but with how back and forth it went, like it was enjoyable to watch. I will say that. But yeah, Tanner mentioned this in our chat over a year ago. Detroit's cooking something. They're in the kitchen.
Yes.
Yeah.
Are they?
And its name is Dan Campbell.
Are they making spaghetti?
They make it soup.
Nah.
They make
Making
it soup.
spaghetti.
That's soup.
No soup for you.
All right, Dylan.
I think Detroit showed why they're going to be in the Super Bowl for the NFC.
Ooh,
That's bold.
that,
That's a bold
that is
right there.
spicy. That is spicy.
Yeah.
Chewy
Yeah,
Joe
well,
Choco
Dan Campbell's-
soup.
Dan Campbell's got them boys fired up.
Yep.
First, very special night for the city of Detroit, hosting their first playoff game in 30 years, and they hung in there. They have a really Dan Campbell is a coach that I think anybody would run through a wall for, and Jared Goff was able to get them down the field and get a victory.
Beat his former team and
Yes.
prove that it's not easy beating Goff.
Oh.
Only if you golf
Ben.
off. So I mean, this game was close. It came down to the wire. I just feel like Jared Goff. I don't think long term wise he's their answer, and I think he's gonna be replaced eventually in about 2 to 3 years. But he's you can't trust him. He's like Phillip Rivers. Which Phillip Rivers are you gonna get today? Like,
Probably the one that sires another kid in the offseason. Hey-o.
Ooh. Well, he already has a kid coming up.
Yep. And breaking news. Philip Rivers has his 15th kid.
I mean, seriously, like Thanksgiving soon in the Rivers house is gonna be like cut day. It's like, all right, you are gone to the kids' table. Oh, but Dad, I'm like your 25th kid. I'm sorry to tell you this. You are going to the kids' table, sir. No.
Ricky didn't hear that.
I just not gonna lie with Cobra. That's kind of hard not to.
Well, the joke I said was Philip Rivers avoids playoff wins like he does condoms.
Out.
I mean,
Cobra.
I was gonna say, Philip Rivers should have been in Dallas because they both can't pull out anything.
Yeah. Now he's like Magic Johnson in that way.
Ooh.
But anywho, now on to my takeaway from this game. Congratulations, Detroit. You finally have more wins than JFK has seen in the playoffs. Yeah, that definitely deserves a round of applause. But can you keep it up? And in all open honesty, I hope you do, because the Lions have unfortunately have been like a one-win playoff team.
I mean, they won one in 30 years, so there you go. So
That win was an upset in '91.
Yeah, I think it was against the Eagles, wasn't it?
No, it was against the Cowboys.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep. Typical Dallas. All right. So, our final matchup of the Wildcard weekend.
Hey, Ricky, you're bypassing Jamie.
Did I bypass Jamie?
Yes, you did. Back up.
Yep.
I'll start.
I had something good too.
You had something good.
Yep. So
better
again,
than Dallas.
Start, 5-yard penalty, Ricky. Repeat first down. Jamie, go ahead.
Yeah, so ever since the emergence of Puka Nacua, the LA Rams have been living by the slogan Nakua Matata. And just like
nice.
Hakuna Matata, it meant no worries for the city of LA. They thought they were just going to coast by, but how fitting is it that it's another lion that puts them to sleep, just like Scar?
Fuck you, Crunky.
How fitting is it? And I am, as someone who likes Ohio State, I don't like Michigan teams winning. So this has been a really bad year in aspects of that. But I have some friends who have been diehard Lion fans, and I see them continuing this and ultimately demising against San Francisco.
By the way, speaking of Ohio State, good luck with Bill O'Brien.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Thanks.
Yep.
Oh.
Yep. How do we do this? Twist the knife, of course. Ricky, now it's your turn. Any hot takes you want to add?
Nope. We're going.
All right.
We're going to the last one. We're going to the last game as the Philadelphia Eagles couldn't push enough. You know, no brotherly shove.
Yeah,
as the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
The only thing they could push, the only thing the Eagles could push ran down their legs in a brown spot.
Oof. Damn. All right, so unfortunately, I didn't watch this game. I was actually streaming on Twitch, so I didn't watch this game. So I'm not going to give a take. So DJ, go ahead and start us off if you have anything you really to say about apparently this snooze fest of a game.
I mean, the Eagles are frauds. I can't tell which NFC. I can't tell you which NFC East team is more of a fraud at this point. Like, they're Jalen Hurts took grass.
Yeah.
All you
have to say is Snyder grad.
Hot take: either the Giants or Commies are winning that division next year.
Oh, nice. And he's going to stand by that. Dylan, your turn. Any hot takes for this crap-tacular game?
Yeah. Fuck the coordinators. Fuck the play calling. Fucking bullshit.
You lost the Tech Division, Eagles.
And Faker Mayfield.
Yeah.
Yeah, who is a skinnier version of Sam Howell.
I wish my Stream Deck would play this one, but you guys are probably not going to hear it.
I'm doing my best on my end.
Speaking of Baker, he is my choice for comeback player of the year.
Nah,
even
that's
though DeMar Hamlin's going to win it unanimously.
Unfortunately.
Man.
Dude literally came back from death and has been playing playing even though spot duty. He's been playing.
Is it true he's only played one snap?
No, he's been
played a couple of games.
He's played a few games. He's played at least 6. DeMar Hamlin.
Okay.
So you're done, Tanner?
I might be able to add this sound to the soundbar on Discord. I'm not sure if you can. I'm not sure how to. You might be able
trying to get this one sound to play from my instance. Yeah, that definitely works. But basically, go ahead and it'll probably pop in through. So
I was whatever that was.
Yeah. Anyway, continue on. So we did DJ, we did Dylan. It's Tanner time.
We did Tanner.
You did Tanner?
You did me.
All right, now it's Ben.
I was focused on trying to make a joke.
Yep.
But but I should have realized the Philadelphia Eagles are already there.
Yep.
All right.
Ben, this is your division. Cook.
This was a beautiful sight. Let me just tell you that I did watch some of the game, but I absolutely enjoy listening to the Eagles broadcasters because when they are losing, it's like the world is over and it's on fire. They are sad. They're jumping off of boats. They're jumping off of cliffs. They don't know what to talk about other than their glorious kicker. Like, it's just crazy, but they get so sad and it's so enjoyable. I love listening to it.
Ben, this playoff win of the Buccaneers might as well have been your hub subscription. But I will say this: we were hearing a lot of crap coming out of the Eagles this whole season.
Oh yeah,
They were 10-1. 10-1. Only a brick wall can stop you. Its name is the Eagles. You were hyping up Jalen Hurts, hyping up AJ Brown, hyping up that Georgia Bulldog front four that they had. They were stroking their ego like their name was Johnny Sins.
So
but all that ended up happening was they ended up getting screwed like Peter North. And thank you, Tank Division.
It's about as bad as Adolf Hitler from Little Nicky.
Hey! No! We're gonna stop that.
No, no, he's like the little Nicky. He needs a pineapple.
Okay. All right. I was about to say, please don't pull a Billy.
All right.
Stop. Hold up.
So on that note, we're definitely gonna go.
You are missing Jamie.
I am missing Jamie. The change the flip on it, so I missed Jamie.
See, Ricky, you might as well just put a crying Jordan face on me because I keep getting skipped over, and I feel like I'm just not a part of the playoffs of the Social Sports Pad podcast anymore.
Not gonna lie, it's funny for the memes now.
Ricky keeps
it's like Jamie. I'm keeping Jamie in the locker room. Almost like Philadelphia left the playbook in the locker room. Jamie, what you got, man?
No, I'm not even going to say anything about this game because I got skipped again. So no.
I'll take it.
It's all your fault. It's all your fault.
But I do have a hot take.
What you got?
Say it, Ben.
AJ Brown gets traded in the offseason.
Again?
Yeah. That's not
He's
surprising.
disgruntled, and I don't think there's any leadership.
There isn't. The Eagles are a bunch of children.
You can tell there's no leadership.
Yeah.
Once they lost a couple games in a row, they just totally imploded.
Yeah, it seemed like after the Bills game.
Yeah, they could lose in overtime. They can lose in overtime and still win their division, and they'll still whine and cry like children.
You're welcome, by the way, guys.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. So it's the halftime
show.
Halftime
show.
So basically, gentlemen, I do want to say, just for halftime, I want to kind of take a moment to pause. And instead of going into a glitz and glamour of halftime heroics, I want you guys to always think like a Cowboys fan this time. Think about how it is always your year. Until it is time to say, there is always next year.
Next year. We did boys!
Yep. A reminder that the Dallas Cowboys playoff projection is always a wheel. They always keep spinning the tires, right? And they always choke in the playoffs. It's a never-ending cycle.
I mean, yeah, never-ending.
Waiting.
All right, so basically, as we went over the games, it is time to bring back the wonderful Cobra Rehabilitation Center for angry fans of postseason rejects. And as on the Twitch cast, I learned my fucking lesson, and we're not going Cobra first. So basically, how we have decided to go ahead and do this week's patients is there are 6 of us, well, 7 of us. To make sure I don't forget Jamie. So basically, how we're gonna do this is each of the 6 playoff losers, everybody's gonna take a team. All right. One of the losing teams, and basically you're gonna say what they did right and what they ultimately did wrong this season. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna start with DJ, and then we're gonna do with Dylan, Tanner, Ben, Cobra, Jamie, and then I'll wrap everything up in a nice little bow. All right, so DJ,
Alrighty.
who are you picking?
Ooh. I'm gonna pick the Dolphins.
All right.
Nice. Squish the fish. Squish the fish.
Fish.
So,
Don't let
what did
Chris
the
see you
Dolphins do
say
right?
that. Okay, they did run the ball a little bit at the start of the game, which, well, I figured if they had any chance of winning, they were sorry. The plan of attack would have been to run the football, but they didn't. That or they got stuffed at the line, so yeah.
All right,
As far as what happened, they didn't practice in the cold. What else? Yeah, they didn't practice in the cold. They didn't run the ball enough. And, I mean, silver lining, I mean, they're probably getting a piece of my nucleus in the offseason because we're going to be in crap hell if we don't win the Super Bowl. Or it won't. Or I'm mixing up my words. I apologize, guys. Yeah. Same with Houston. They're probably taking a piece or two off of me in the offseason.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so yes, Miami definitely their diagnosis is postseason ejectile dysfunction.
Okay. Dylan.
Dylan, it's your turn. Who do you select as your patient this week?
The fucking Eagles.
All right, let's go with the fucking Eagles. Let's go. What you got?
I don't think they did anything right against Tampa Bay.
Oh, I wouldn't even say it about Tampa Bay this whole season.
Oh.
The season.
Well, when they ran the ball, they played good. Like they looked pretty. Ran the ball, would set the pass up, but they just didn't run the ball. They went away from the run. They went out and got DeAndre Swift. Didn't use him, and he was like top 10, maybe even top 5 in the league in rushing yards. So yeah, when they ran the ball, they were good. So they should have ran the ball. And then when they went wrong was when they stopped running the ball and kept calling screens on fucking 3rd and long. And yeah.
All right, what went wrong?
Letting their whole defense go in the offseason besides the front.
Fair.
All right. Tanner.
Oh, and starting James Bradbury.
Oof.
All right, Tanner.
I'm taking the Browns.
right.
You were able to put together a really good defensive core. Even though the Deshaun
Cosby.
even though that the $230 million quarterback experiment didn't work, you were able to piece things together until you got to Joe Flacco, and you were able to get into the playoffs. And
I mean he probably found some massage parlors though, Tanner.
But you were really good at grinding out wins, and you were really good at just finding that little bit of magic and getting the job done. What you didn't do right is your O line was kind of and when you went out to go get Flacco, you really should have looked at the wide receiver market and tried to get somebody into the playoff push.
Yeah.
Yep. That
All
sounds
right.
good.
Ben, we know who you're salivating over.
Ben, who are you picking?
I'm picking those Cowboys.
Damn it, Ben! You guys
How about
have
the
one
Cowboys,
job!
baby?
One job! I hate you all so much because we know what's happening. Alright, Ben, go ahead with the Cowboys and God damn it, Cobra.
I loved how the Cowboys just lost. You know, when you see those Cowboys fans in the stands and they're all sad and you see them crying, and then every year they make new memes and they just get better and better. And how about that one where you had the two kids? You had the one kid all sad in the mom's lap with the Cowboys jersey on crying, and then he had his brother cheering on with the Packers shirt on. Man, that was so beautiful. Fuck the Cowboys. Fuck you, Jerry Jones. Fuck you, Dak
You, Jerry
Prescott.
Jones.
Well, we know you sound like Hollywood Undead, but I know I'm picking the Steelers. What they did right was they fired Matt Canada. What they did wrong, they didn't fucking fire Tomlin. He needed to go. He's on expiration date. We made a deal with a goddamn blood demon, and now we're stuck shopping at Dick's Sporting Goods for tailor-made drivers. God damn it, this fucking came.
God damn it, Cobra.
If you smell what
God,
Cobra strikes
is
again.
Who else
Cobra
but
strikes
Cobra?
again.
He's
All right.
Cobra.
So, Jamie, you got the Rams. Did we lose Jamie?
We lost Jamie.
He might have dropped or left.
I think Jamie
See,
dropped.
I didn't forget Jamie this time, and he ends up dropping.
Message him.
No!
Maybe come back.
No!
You can blame it all on me.
It's all your fault. It's all your fault.
Okay.
Hold on one
So,
second.
looks like the plan was for Jamie to do the Rams, and then I was going to go ahead and do basically hit everybody. So basically, what I'll do is I'll start hitting up everybody. If Jamie comes back in, then we'll just go ahead and Jamie take over the Rams. But basically, the Dolphins, what they did right, they had offensive talent. A lot of offensive talent. Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, hell of a great receiving core. The running back room, they actually stayed healthy ish. Raheem Mostert, had his most most injury protected year this year. And even with them getting a little bit of injuries, they had like a next man up set up. They had Sean. They had Jeff Wilson was still working. And my God, yeah, it was just that running back room is so in depth. That offense should have been able to keep them into everything. What went wrong with Miami? They got hurt. Honestly, they rested Mostert and Waddle the last game against Buffalo. If they had won, then basically Buffalo wouldn't have had to worry about plane tickets back to Buffalo. They would have just stayed in Miami. They'd been playing in 80-degree weather instead of -20 with wind chill. All right. And you guys want to talk about, all right, they didn't practice or anything. You played a game to win, no matter what. You play and you execute. What are you going to do in the cold weather games? You run the ball. And as Ed, I saw in that playoff game against Kansas City, they tried to throw the ball. Even then, though, Kansas City only winning by 19, that could have been a whole lot worse. Because they stopped Kansas City and had them score 4 field goals. All right? Those field goals were touchdowns. We'd be laughing ourselves to the bank about another colossal Miami Dolphins defeat at the hands of an AFC team in the wild card round. I'm looking at you, Jacksonville. in Dan Marino's last game. All right.
62-7. 62-7. People can't be wrong.
All right. The Philadelphia Eagles, what they did right this year, they went 10-1. All right. They developed a play and a formation that 31 other teams were just like, yo, you need to put this shit the fuck away and basically ban it. Need to ban a move. NFL instead of adapting to overcome and beat it. All right. What did you do wrong? You relied heavily on that one move. That became your only move. All right. The Philadelphia Eagles on offense. You did not have that fire, that pop that you did last season. You relied really heavily on the run, and you were slow on your offense. You didn't have that rhythm going on. And ultimately, with relying on the brotherly shove or the tush push or the finger to the center prostate exam, basically whatever you want to call it,
the 1,000 years of death.
Yep. So basically, that ruined Travis Kelce, or not Travis Kelce, Jason Kelce. Yeah, I mean Travis Kelce's another one that got ruined by something else. But you overused. Basically pushed 6 to 7 times a game to the bottom of a pile. I would be fuck that shit too. And that's why he's retiring. Dallas, what you did well was you took that loss to Arizona and you saw that as a wake-up call. You saw your early offensive struggles and you decided that we ain't gonna take this shit no more. And you rattled off game after game after game where you just ground people down and beat the shit out of them. All right? What you did wrong?
It's supposed to be.
You could not get over your demons of playoff Cowboys football.
Yep.
Cleveland Browns. What you did right? You had a solid defense. An immaculate defense. You overcome the injuries to... you overcame, not overcome. Overcome, that's what happens to Deshaun Watson at a massage parlor. Just saying. But, you overcame injuries to Nick Chubb. You overcame the Deshaun Watson injury that sidelined him for almost the entire season. You brought in Joe Flacco on a flyer, and Joe Flacco for 3, 4, 5 weeks made us remember the 2000s again. We were listening to Linkin Park. We were listening to Blink 182. The good old days.
Yeah, where Breaking the Habit was number 1.
Absolutely. We were following that again. But unfortunately, magic, like everything else, dies out. In Cleveland, what happened to you? You couldn't overcome going down to Houston. You couldn't keep up with that offense. Your defense decided we're going away.
Yep.
Pittsburgh Steelers.
Trash can to blame.
Pittsburgh Steelers. What did you do right? You got there. You got there. You got rid of Matt Canada. You actually started to get offense out of Najee Harris.
Yeah.
Najee Harris went from Trent Richardson style bust to he's a guy that might actually be an X factor against the Buffalo Bills. You had what went wrong? TJ Watt just made a glass.
Yep. When your defense is only one player, you've got a problem.
There's another guy or two there. And I mean, Micah Fitzpatrick's on there, and I forget what's his name. Hightower?
Yeah, Hightower.
Dante Hightower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
and-
but he was also kind of a non-factor in that game as well. He actually, I think he was the one who got hurt early, and it was like he went back in, but it was like,
Okay. But now we'll get to the Rams. All right, what did the Rams do right? First and foremost, they got rid of Cam Akers. All right.
You're welcome, Rams.
Definitely.
granted, he didn't have to go far.
Well. So Kyron Williams, in his second year, basically channeled the Todd Gurley in him, the Steven Jackson. Basically became a Rams running back that actually was worth his salt. They got a diamond in the rough in Puka Nacua, so that they didn't have to rely on Cooper Kupp. In fact, Puka Nacua was so well that they got rid of Van Jefferson, who Van Jefferson is now on the Falcons. Their defense played well enough that they could actually work well. That offense, again, because of the way it was run, that defense, as old as it is, wasn't able or wasn't allowed to fuck things up. Wasn't allowed to get beat.
Looks like we might lose Ben.
No, Islanders just fired their coach.
Ooh.
That was expected.
I mean, yeah.
Yep.
It's like hockey. They fire so many people by mid-season anyway. It's just like, oh, yeah. It's like the baseball DL. Like, oh, yeah, we're just coach for 2 months. But what went wrong with the Rams? Honestly, the Lions were just a better team. And that is why the LA Rams have, there's always extra-itis.
Yep. TaylorMade's got some golf clubs. They got new golf clubs out. The new QI10. Go check it out. LA.
So, it is time to flash the symbol of excellence, as there are 4 games left this weekend. 4 games. And these 4 will have 4 more patients. And then 4 teams looking forward to play in Vegas. So the first matchup that we have, which starts at 4:30 on Saturday, is the Houston Texans going into the Baltimore Ravens. Baltimore Ravens are favored by 8.5, and both teams right now are riding a huge wave of momentum. Baltimore looks unstoppable, and the Texans just look like world beaters. So, DJ, what do you see on this one? As always, with our bold predictions brought to you by the wonderful people at Bulletproof Coffee, you are basically going to tell us what you think the result is going to be if Baltimore is going to beat the Texans by 9 or more, or if the Texans will either keep it closer or win. And then give me a bold prediction basically about a player that you think is going to be the absolute X factor in the game. So take it away.
Thank you, Ricky. I'm not going to lie. Texans are playing with house money right now. That, and I'm not convinced about Lamar Jackson, considering he's only won 1 playoff game in his career. However, I'm just going to be flat out and say it. This is going to come down to whose defensive line will get to the quarterback first. Because then you're going to notice a change in, from under center to shotgun, and then you're going to see someone pass the ball a lot more, and then, yeah. I mean, I think it'll be close. But, yeah, I can't get... You know what? Fuck it. I think the Texans are going to win.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, that would be an interesting take there, and that's a very bold prediction there, too.
Yep. All right, Dylan.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. I think the Texans are going to win. I think Dalton Schultz has 2 touchdown receptions today.
All right.
Tanner.
I'm taking the Ravens by 10. Like DJ said, the Texans are playing with house money, but I think Lamar's going to get a second playoff win.
I said on the Twitch cast that I said the Texans were winning this one. And it all comes down to the leg of Justin Tucker, and I think he'll miss. But one thing I forgot to mention in that game is I think the Ravens are without Mark Andrews, I think. Am I right on that?
They've been without Mark Andrews for like half the season. Yeah, man. There's nothing
but
really.
They're still without Mark Andrews.
Isaiah Likely is still likely to be carrying that load there.
I still say the Texans win this one. I stand by my previous decision.
Yeah. As Cobra definitely pointed out during the Twitch cast, which goes live on Tuesdays at 7:00 Eastern Standard Time. Basically, I think everybody unanimously there was like, "Oh yeah, it's all going to come down to Justin Tucker's leg." Like last second field goal. Ben, did you want to give a different take? Change your mind?
The Islanders hired Patrick Waugh.
Huh. Yeah, I just saw that too.
Really?
Really?
The Islanders hired Patrick Waugh.
Oh, what? Really? They hired Patrick
as head coach.
Interesting.
Yep. As head coach.
Okay. Cool. So I am going to switch my pick too. I honestly have been thinking about it myself. And I'm going to pick the Texans as well. I think Stroud is on a hot streak. I think the Texans as a whole is on a hot streak, and I don't think the Ravens are going to be able to stop them.
Nope.
And I think they're going to win by 6.5.
So, am I skipping anybody before I go?
No, it's you, brother. It's all you.
All right, so I'm gonna double down on it. Basically, this is gonna go down to it's gonna be the Texans winning on a missed Justin Tucker field goal as the triple zeros go up.
Right.
That definitely bold.
Yep.
All right, so what we got next in the division round is we have the Green Bay Packers versus the San Francisco 49ers. Will the Packers be sacrificed to the gods of San Francisco, as Vegas has been put as a 9.5 point underdog? Or will we see an upset special? DJ, take it away.
Thank you, Ricky. For those of you who do not know, I am a 49ers fan. And I'm going to be 100% honest with you when I say that pressure is on both Jordan Love and Brock Purdy for this matchup. But I think this is where a game where the Packers' lack of experience could show up, and how can I put this? They run 2 high safeties and they run a 3-4. Don't know if that makes sense to any of you guys.
It does. It does. The 3-4 is more towards a passing. It's more a passing defense. And mainly to cover the short side. Three. You got a left end defense, nose tackle, and right end, and 4 linebackers. So that makes sense. To try to clarify it for the listeners who don't understand football. But that's pretty much what it is. That's the difference between a 3-4 and a 4-3.
Yeah. But yeah, I don't mean to sound like a homer, but I think the Niners are winning this. Because
it's no problem. I mean, you're a fan. You got to go with your horse sometimes.
Yeah, that and I think their
Especially
defense
when
is
it's a good horse.
yeah.
You look at my horse. My horse is amazing. Give it a lick.
Lol. But yeah, I think we're winning this game because the Packers are too green to put a heavy pun on the listeners.
But Ricky,
Yeah,
you have a drum?
yeah, yeah.
You have a drum,
Anyways, I've
right?
got
He
them.
made a joke.
Ben's the sound guy on this one.
All right, thank you, Ben. All right, Dylan.
I think it's going to be another upset. I think the week off is really going to affect these 1 seeds. And it's going to show. I think Green Bay is going to capitalize.
Nice. That's it, Dylan?
Yeah.
All right, Tanner.
Makes the second consecutive week that this is gonna pain me to say this, but DJ, I am relying on you to do the Lord's work and take care of Green Bay.
Yes.
I'm going Niners by 14.
If they don't, Tanner, we have plenty of vodka.
Yes. And a
I'm
purple
going
Aaron Rodgers jersey for you.
Yep, and we will definitely get you that. We will definitely get you that Aaron Rodgers jersey.
No.
Yes.
I'm going 3 tutties for Christian McCaffrey.
All right. Ben.
Give me the 49ers. I don't see Jordan Love beating the 49ers at this moment of time in his career. I'm still on the fence of if he's good enough yet. Yes, I know I'll get a lot of hate for that, but I don't know. We'll see. But he's too green around the collar for the playoffs currently.
So now to me. I can't remember which team I picked for this one. I can't remember if I went upset special or if I went with the 49ers. But I will definitely say that I agree with DJ on this. That there is definitely pressure on Jordan Love and Brock Purdy, but there is pressure on one more individual, and that is Kyle Shanahan. And that is why I am picking the Green Bay Packers to win, and win handedly, over the San Francisco 49ers, primarily because of Kyle Shanahan.
Ooh.
That's my reasoning. Aaron Donald's going to be your player of the game. Ricky.
Aaron Donald of the
Aaron,
Los Angeles Rams.
Aaron Jones. Sorry, Aaron Jones.
I mean, the trade deadline was like weeks ago, bro.
Yeah, I know.
No, but no. So for me, yeah, there is a lot of pressure on Purdy and on Love. They're both relatively young. They definitely had their questions about their ability this season. But for me, it is definitely the San Francisco 49ers, and it is not because of, anything involving those two men. It is going to fall on Joe Brady and that defense. This is a tall order to contain those weapons, especially with the Green Bay defense that has been said at times to be as sus as an imposter on Among Us. But absolutely.
As sus as Danica Patrick's NASCAR career.
Lol.
As suspect as a free drink at the bar from the guy across the bar.
As sus as a drink from Bill Cosby.
I like that better. All right, but yeah. So yeah, I see San Francisco winning, covering the spread. It is going to be a Deebo Samuel day. Goes for 3 scores, 2 on the ground. All right, next we have Tampa Bay going into Detroit. Detroit is favored by 5.5. DJ, take it away.
I've got Detroit winning this. Dan Campbell's aggression in play calling is going to be that deciding factor. However, I do think that same aggression is going to bite him in the ass. If not this game, then in the championship game.
Okay. Nice. Dylan, are you there?
Yeah,
All right.
I'm
Who are you
taking-
picking? Buccaneers, Lions. Who you got?
I'm taking Detroit. I just think they're gonna run all over Tampa Bay. I think they win by 3 touchdowns.
All right. Tanner, take it away.
Give me Detroit by 7.
All right. Ben.
All right, I might be the only one here. I'm going with the Buccaneers. I think the other Lion version is going to show up, and they're going to place a dud on the field, and Goff is going to fumble the ball away, and the Buccaneers are going to take advantage, and Baker Mayfield is going to show why the Browns are the worst organization ever.
So basically, Ben is saying that Jared Goff's going to transform to Jared Goof.
Yes.
And by the way, don't think you're the only one who is picking the Buccaneers, because I am picking the Buccaneers too. Although I think I said on Twitch I was picking the Lions, I'm definitely changing that and going with the Buccaneers. And here's why. And I'm gonna definitely say this. Just like famous slimeball Ted Cruz being in attendance for the Dallas Cowboys, famous bad country music singer Kid Rock's going to be in attendance for the Detroit Lions, and that is definitely a blight on any organization. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to completely run roughshod over Jared Goof, and they're going to pick him off 4 interceptions, 2 for pick 6.
Would Eminem being there cancel that out though?
Maybe 1 less interception. I mean, then again, Detroit could have the insane clown posse there too, but it would probably add 3 interceptions. And Fago.
So, for me, I had to think really hard about this matchup. Because for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Detroit Lions, they're both in a way a Cinderella story. For the Detroit Lions, for years, the Detroit Lions have been terrible. Have been, famously, they had 5 seasons where they had a top 5 draft pick and just never panned out. They've been 30 years without a playoff game. Well, not a playoff game, but a home playoff game. Without a playoff win. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers, their Cinderella story is the man behind center, Baker Mayfield. Drafted number 1 from the Cleveland Browns. He was the knight in shiny armor for Cleveland, and then he was the scapegoat. He goes to Carolina. He gets released. He goes to Los Angeles. Picked up after being cut. Beats the Raiders after 2 days being released. And now he's in Tampa. People were questioning the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on how they were going to be this season. I mean, even us at the Social Sports Chat podcast were like, yeah, Tampa Bay is going to regress. All right, Tampa Bay goes on and wins the NFC South. I mean, to be fair, I could come up with 52 motherfuckers to win the NFC South.
Yeah.
As an expansion team.
Fun fact, Baker Mayfield has won more playoff games than Tom Brady has with the has won more games with Tampa than Tom Brady. Than from last season.
Okay, well, that's whatever. But so the reason why it took so long to think is Jared Goff and Baker Mayfield kind of both are right now Cinderellas. Which one is the clock going to strike midnight for and show that they're pumpkins for? For me, it's going to be Baker Mayfield. his clock is striking midnight in this game on Sunday at 3 o'clock. As the Detroit Lions win against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on the legs of David Montgomery running for 3 downs.
And
finally,
the playoff game every single person has been waiting for. The Kansas City Chiefs go into Buffalo. Snowy conditions. Bills Mafia. Axe to grind. Allen Mahomes. Everyone knew this playoff rivalry was coming. Chiefs, Bills. Bills by 2.5.
oh
DJ,
God,
who you got?
oh God, you dirty bitch, work the shaft. I mean,
What?
yeah,
What?
like seriously, that little intro to it, you need a fucking napkin and some lotion to it. Yes, this is the game that sports writers have been salivating about. This is Mahomes' first playoff game outside of Kansas City. This is Buffalo Bills. Will they actually beat the vaunted Kansas City Chiefs, the New England Patriots to their Indianapolis Colts? Will Allen finally beat the Brady to his Peyton Manning? Will the Mafia actually get a victory in Buffalo and see potentially the championship game go into Buffalo? All right. Those were many questions. This is the one that was most talked about this week in the NFL. DJ, take it away. And
Thank
it's
you.
Cal.
Thanks. Where do I begin?
With a Bildo on the field.
Yes, Bills Mafia shall throw dildos at the Kansas City bench as the members of Bills Mafia shall also roll up in convertibles with Tommy guns and pineapple grenades upon Taylor Swift. But yeah, the point, what I'm trying to get at is who does Mahomes have to throw to other than Kelsey and maybe Rashid Rice?
Yeah,
great one, Ben.
That and haven't they been carried by their defense guys?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, do you guys think that the Bills' defense is better than the Chiefs, though? Like realistically,
not in all open honesty.
If they were healthy, yes.
If they were healthy, yes. But unfortunately, Buffalo isn't. We don't even know if Rasul Douglas is playing. They don't have Tyler Rapp. They don't have Bedford. They lost Bernard. Gabe Davis isn't even playing, and Tyler Rapp isn't even playing. So,
Oh wow.
yeah. So that is interesting. However, DJ, I'm sorry about running down the injury report for Buffalo. I'm sorry interrupting you for that, but who's your pick?
I'm gonna go with the Bills.
All right, Dylan.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Who have you got?
I mean, these are definitely hard games to think about.
Yeah.
Just the championship game next week.
Yeah, championships next week.
Yep. So, man, for this to be a 2.5 point game, like Vegas doesn't even.
No.
So who are you taking, Dylan? Or are you taking Buffalo or Kansas City?
Buffalo.
All right, Tanner.
I am going to take Buffalo. I think Josh Allen is going to do. I think that Josh Allen is going to do a lot of work on the ground. They have pretty Bill. I think the Bills have a better run game in this matchup.
Yeah, James Cook has proven to be the bell cow of Buffalo Bills. Even though and Latavius Murray is a solid option, and Johnson as well, because they don't have Fournette anymore. They let him go.
Mistake.
No, actually, they needed a punter. They needed a punter. They need to bring in some of their defensive injuries that were coming in. Ben, who you got?
Give me Buffalo to slay the giant. They're finally going to conquer Goliath, and it's going to be because of Josh Allen and his feet, and because of Cook.
Same here. I know it's been I've been like a broken record because this whole season I've been saying Buffalo, but that's because I'm a fan. I am a even though I'm not wearing my jersey or any Buffalo Bills fan apparel right now, I am an absolute fan of the Bills. But I believe in this team. You got to believe in this team. You got to believe, and I definitely believe that the Buffalo Bills will defeat their demon and actually shut up Patrick Mahomes and Travis Kelce, despite the injury woes.
You guys are very much the dark horse of the AFC right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Ever since they made that change, they've been on a roll.
Yeah, since they went from Ken Dorsey, who had no experience being a coordinator at all, to Joe Brady, who did.
Well, I was going to
They're
say this.
utilizing. Yeah.
Buffalo Bills. Last time they were in a position like they were in this year, they lost to the Kansas City Chiefs in the
Heartbreaker.
Yep, in the heartbreaker in 13 seconds to go.
Yep.
All right, basically how that played out. Buffalo lost a very embarrassing game, then lost a heartbreaker in overtime. Sounds familiar, don't it?
Yep.
We got laughed at about how we lost to the Broncos, lost a heartbreaker against the Philadelphia Eagles, and then ever since then we went on a tear. Unfortunately, though, we don't have the big player from that game. We don't have Gabe Davis playing. All right, but as it has been showing, Gabe Davis has been kind of costing Buffalo some games.
Yeah.
Not playing his right option, not communicating with Josh, a lot, because they could have won against Philly had he turned left instead of right.
Yep.
We could have.
Shakir and Hardy have stepped up.
I was gonna say, basically the Buffalo Bills are gonna win based on the emergence of Shakir.
Yep.
He will be big play Gabe in this one with 4 touchdowns.
Can I add something to that too, Ricky?
Yeah.
There was another non-factor in last week's game too. A player we received in the trade deadline who has actually shown up to be a very, very beautiful player in Rasul Douglas. Kaiir Elam. Kaiir Elam was our first-round draft pick last year and has been kind of hit and miss. Best way to say it. He has not proven to be his draft position. In a way. In the Pittsburgh Steelers game, he stepped up and he was a factor.
We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
Buffalo,
and the hope is
Buffalo right now, if they lose, it's going to be because Kelce gets 3 touchdowns.
Yeah. If they win, it's because they dominated.
Yeah. That'd be a name. But that is definitely it for all of the games. Thank you. Basically, thank you guys for making this trek with us. Thank you, thank you, DJ, Dylan, Tanner. Thank you, Jamie. I didn't forget Jamie this time. Yeah. Yeah, thank you, Cobra and Ben. Always. Definitely want to give our special shout outs.
Let's just hope next week I'm off this bed resting a sciatic nerve.
Okay, it's how we'll roll with the punches. That's what we always do. But a special thank you to our affiliate sponsors, Fanatics.com. Basically, make sure you go ahead and get yourself your team apparel as they make their playoff push. Also, we're about to have baseball starting up. I believe pitchers report middle February.
Yeah, middle February. The 4 greatest words in sport: pitchers and catchers report.
Yep, and we have NASCAR going in February. We got.
Do not forget about the lap down.
Yep, definitely don't forget about the lap down. Streaming to you on Spotify. They will definitely. It definitely is always up by Thursday morning. Feel free if you like what we're doing, and if you want to hear us live and interact in the chat. We do our Twitch cast on Tuesdays. Definitely it gets us going, getting us ready for the hard count. As we talk and discuss the topics that we are going to be talking about on the hard count. Then, W Energy definitely has been there pretty much from the start. As an affiliate, they are our affiliate for our Holla at Ya Boy Player of the Week. But basically they will also be our sponsor for the SSPP Awards, which will be taking place in 2 weeks. So if you have any award recommendations for category, please feel free Tuesday to drop them off in the Social Sports Stat Podcast Twitch cast. Bulletproof Coffee is our bold prediction sponsor. Dr. Squatch and Duke Cannon Soap are our sponsors, definitely to make a clean getaway for that person in your life, and Sleeves to make you look good and feel good, and represent your teams and
if you look good and feel good, you also
play good.
Yep.
And also, before we go, Ricky, a reminder: look forward to March. We are going to be doing something special for March Madness, so be on the lookout for that on Spotify. And once again, do not forget that our links are in our Spotify description down below.
Absolutely. And also, a huge thank you to everybody who watches us on Twitch, listens to us on Spotify, clicks our affiliate links. Basically, you guys who support us, definitely keep us doing this. We've been growing this past year. We started doing the Twitch cast. We started with the lap down. We're thinking about going into the combat sports, world of MMA,
and wrestling.
Wrestling.
Yeah, so we got plans on that. We have plans that are going. So we'll probably be getting every sport affiliated and working with ultimately by the end of the year. So thank you so much.
Maybe one day we'll get bowling in here. Who knows?
I don't know.
That might be a stretch.
For all of your support. I, for one, appreciate all of you.
Absolutely.
But
and on behalf of the Social Sports Pad Podcast,
we wish you
a good night.
Good night.
A good week. And always
a good season.
We love you guys. Peace out.
Peace.